passing the proposed sexual orientation, gender identity, gender expression, or sex characteristics or SOGI bill remains a struggle for lawmakers. That's a massive understatement. That bill has been languishing in Congress for more than 2 decades. And so here to discuss that and more tonight, here with us in the studio, we have Bataan Representative Geraldin, who is, like I said, live with us. Good evening.
Welcome back
to the big story.
We've had her.
Pero on Zoom before.
On Zoom.
Yes,
So
good
welcome
evening,
to our
Regine.
studio.
Good evening, Sean.
Yes, thanks for gracing us with your presence.
So let's kick things off since we talked about the SOGI bill in the intro already. Where are we on that? Has there been any progress at all?
Well, we were able to approve it at the committee level. So we're waiting the Rules Committee for it to be discussed on the plenary. Kumbaga para pag-usapan na ng lahat ng kongresista sa plenaryo.
Naalala ko kasi yung the last time that we talked, you said there were conversations that were needed to be made kasi may mga stakeholders na parang weren't consulted about it. Meaning parang, for example, yung mga religious groups that have concerns. For example, if you allow the SOGI bill to pass through, paano daw yung mga paniniwala nila kung maapektuhan? Will that be considered discrimination and all those concerns?
That was the claim in the by the opponents in the upper house, in the Senate. Pero kami sa mababang kapulungan, we were able to dedicate almost 30 hours to listen to both sides, whether in favor or against the SOGI equality
So may
bill.
nagbago po ba dun sa ano?
Meron naman, nakinig tayo dun sa mga kumukontra. We were able to pinpoint that it is very important for denominational schools or Catholic schools in this case to be able to formulate their own uniform policies. Kumbaga, respetuhin namin sa ilalim ng batas na ito yung kanilang present uniform policy. Kung panglalaki, pambabae, pambabae.
Would that be, Kong, the biggest change in this current incarnation of the SOGI bill?
Well, we were also to address their other concerns like aapakan daw namin yung kanilang karapatan na i-practice ang kanilang religion. So we explicitly stated that this does not intend to step on that right. No, in fact, we guarantee that right in our declaration of intentions in the bill.
Out of that 30 hours of deliberations, do you feel like you've managed to sway people more?
Oh yes.
You've managed to convince us more to see your point of view?
Of course, ito yung mga usapin behind behind closed doors, no? Many of those pastors and evangelical ministers even expressed to me and their appreciation dahil very open-minded tayo, pinakinggan natin. And this is what I want to tell everybody. This is how we work in Congress. We try to reach a win-win situation kung saan lahat ng opinion ay pinapakinggan without sacrificing the essence of the bill, which is simply non-discrimination. The right to work, the right to study, the right to receive services from the government, and the right to access commercial and public establishments without discrimination based on your sexual orientation and gender identity and expression, which is something that we all human beings share, whether you're straight or LGBTQ+.
Well said, Kong. But usually kasi sa Senate to medyo nag-falter di ba? This time around, do you have enough allies in the Senate and the upper house so that finally we can have this enacted?
Well, all we're waiting for is its fair share of time. Sana our senators will step up to their commitment to, free exchange of ideas. Pag-usapan na ang SOGI Equality Bill sa Senate. O tapos na po, mga mahal naming senador, ang budget season. Malapit na po mapirmahan ito at maging batas. So pagkatapos noon, inaasahan po namin na yung pangako po ninyo na pag-uusapan natin sa plenaryo ay gagawin nyo naman po. Let's listen to one another, let's engage in an intelligent debate, and let's be constructive about it. Pero hindi natin dapat payagan is we'll just sit on it. Ano yan, delaying tactic?
Kong, I was asking you earlier, and of course you said no. If we had a SOGI bill, would this change the situation for Pura Luka Vega?
No, it won't. Actually, nakakatuwa nung nangyari yung kay Pura Luka Vega, yung usapin kay Pura Luka Vega, maraming opponents ng SOGI Equality Bill sinasabi, naku, ayan, wala pang SOGI Equality Bill, lumalakas na ang loob ng LGBTQ+, kung ano-anong ginagawa nila, sinasamantala nila at niyuyurakan ang karapatan ng mga straight na tao. Well, surprise, surprise, ang SOGI Equality Bill will not justify similar acts. Apparently, dito sa kaso ni Pura Luka Vega, merong violation, possible violation ng Article 203 of the Revised Penal Code. But of course, the Social Equality Bill does not repeal that law. It does not deal with that issue. And this is a totally different matter.
So then the question is it time to revise the penal code?
I
Because
think
of
we
course,
should-
there were those who are saying that this is we should respect the right to free expression.
Yes. Well, I believe na kahit anong karapatan ay hindi naman absolute. Hindi sabihin nun only ang karapatan mo. Di ba meron tayong kasabihan, my rights end where your rights begin. So I think that we should all respect one another and we should practice kindness. Alam mo, minsan in the name of artistic freedom, talaga namang we feel emboldened to hurt other people's feelings. And then when people react as human beings normally do, pag nasaktan ng kanilang kalooban, we now play the victim or we say na, ay nako, you are not respecting my artistic freedom. I am fully aware that artistic freedom always entails some sort of risk when it comes to offending other people. But I think the trick is not to repeal the existing law, but to find a balance. And of course, a basic guideline that all of us should practice, you know, it's kindness and good manners and right conduct. Pag naka-offend ka ng kapwa-tao mo, ano ba naman ang mawawala sa'yo?
Pero medyo
Kung
nagulat ako
mag-apologize
sa totoo lang na nakulong siya. I mean, ang daming may kaso dyan na hindi naman nakikita behind bars. But for Pura Luka Vega, she was arrested.
Naging mabilis sa kaso ni Pura Luka Vega. I don't know why. Dapat natin siguro tanungin yung huwes na nag-handle ng case sa Manila, no? Merong grupo na nagdemanda kay Pura Luka Vega, yung Hijos del Nazareno sa Quiapo. And all they were
There were a
asking
few
for is...
groups.
among
Yeah.
others.
Among
There are a few
others,
groups, yeah.
meron din yung Philippines for Jesus movement, which is an evangelical
Yeah.
group, hindi lang pang-Katoliko. So that must say something. Talaga siguro may nasaktan. Now, was Pura imprisoned or charged because drag artist siya? No, drag is not a crime. But offending religious sensibilities under our present laws is.
Do you agree it should remain to be a criminal offense?
Maybe we should review the law, maybe. And kasi natatakot ako, Gretch, Sean, Reg, na kapag tinanggal natin itong batas na to, alam niyo naman ang Filipino character. Talagang we take pleasure in offending other people. I think this is the side effect of social media. Diba, if you read Twitter, mas cruel ang comment mo, mas cool and hip ka. And that's not the way it's supposed to
Actually,
be.
kung before pa nga nun before pa magka-social media, alam mo yung parang sa atin lang normalized.
Crab
Yung pag
mentality.
nakita mo yung tao after 10
You like
years,
to cut them
taba
down.
mo, yun yung
Oh,
unang...
ganon.
Why are you looking at me?
I'm not looking at you. It's in defense.
Talaga sa akin.
But you know, it's
Yeah,
like, I
even-
find it so
Oo,
offensive.
Diba? Meron pa mga comedians pinagtatawanan, people with disabilities, with
Right.
physical challenges. I think that should change. And knowing how the Filipino character is, do you think it's going to be prudent that we repeal yung law that, penalizes offending religious sensibilities? My God, ang nanonotice ko nga lang is this. Kapag offending religious sensibilities, bakit lagi ang tina-target ang Catholic religion?
I was just gonna say.
O, diba? Subukan nyo yan sa ibang religion. Let's see how far you will get. And the thing is that according to Catholic religion, and I also want to condemn those cruel acts of judgment against Pura Luka Vega. Kung tayo po ay tunay na Katoliko, hindi na po natin dapat gawin yan. Ano po? But needless to say, if we just repeal the law, I think it's going to be total chaos. And baka tayo magkaroon ng away-away dito sa ating bansa.
So how could she have done it better? I mean, kung may ganong intention to send the message na we want acceptance, ito yung hinanakit namin for the longest time with the Catholic Church. I mean, how could she have done that?
And also,
performance
just to
better?
point out that she did apologize, right? But they didn't accept the apology.
I
People
don't
were,
think she,
you know,
I don't think Pura apologized.
Well-
In fact, Pura was very vehement, no, in saying that no, I will not apologize because I did not
Ay,
do
hindi siya
anything wrong, and that
nag-apologize,
they will also, meaning Pura will also do it again. You know, I don't think that constitutes a sincere apology. You know what? If I have a chance to talk to Pura, this is what I'm going to tell them. Them is how Pura wants to be
Pura.
addressed.
Okay.
It's they or them. So, Pura, walang mawawala sa'yo kung sabihin mo lang na, sorry kung na-offend ko ang mga damdamin nyo. Hindi yan ang intention ko. Ang intention ko lang ay gusto kong express yung aking hinanakit sa simbahang Katolika. Maybe we can talk it out. And that won't make you less of a person.
Because then, it defeats the purpose na yung nagawa niya, no? It enraged.
It snowballed. Nakakalungkot eh. Ako nalulungkot ako, hindi dapat humantong dito. And it's being twisted. Pura is being charged not because she is a drag artist. Drag is not a crime in the Philippines. Pura is being charged because there is an existing law which penalizes
And that's
offending
how it
religious
affects everything else.
sensibilities. That's right.
And
Na
then
even nga, di ba, isang priest mismo nakasuhan for offending religious sensibility. So, nobody, I guess, is exempt from that.
No one is above the
Speaking
law.
of
And
the-
you might agree or disagree with this law, but while the law exists, you just have to respect it. We are a country ruled by laws, theoretically speaking.
Theoretically speaking. Speaking of the Catholic Church, your thoughts, please, on Pope Francis's statement saying, regarding the possibility of blessing same-sex couples in
And
the
then
Catholic
natutuwa
Church.
ako. Those comments were made in the context on the synod on synodality. A synod is a general and universal consultation among the different members of the Catholic Church, all sectors as represented by the different cardinals. And what seems to be encouraging is the fact that nowadays, with Pope Francis, he is brave enough to address this very controversial issue. Of course, gusto ko yan, mabigyan ng blessing ang mga same-sex couples na tunay naman na nagmamahalan. Malinaw naman ang Papa, the church teaching on marriage does not change. Marriage remains to be between a man and a woman. But when we talk about same-sex couples, all they're asking for is a blessing. And a blessing is basically asking God's help. And it's a call for help. It's asking for God's,
Grace.
grace and blessing.
Intercession.
And
For the union.
meron nagsasabi, but we cannot bless sin. But you know what? I think that should be left between the people, the couple, and God himself. Kasi what can be so wrong about two consenting adults who freely choose to love one another? Ano gusto niyo? Nag-aaway-away? Mas gusto ko na yung nagmamahalan tayo.
Totoo yan, lovely.
And also, on another topic, the transgender contestants of the Miss Universe, it also sparked another fiery debate online, everyone piling
Oo
in.
nga,
What
meron
do you
kasing,
think?
meron kasing yung Miss Portugal. O, di ba
And
nanalo siya
Netherlands.
and the Netherlands. Dalawa na ang contestant na trans women sa Miss Universe. Well, you know what? Ang Miss Universe has its own rules. You just have to follow it. If they allow it, why not? Dito sa ating bansa, because we are not allowed to legally change. Well, we have not been allowed to legally change our gender based on your gender reassignment surgery since 2007. Mahihirapan kasi one of the requirements for you to join a women's beauty pageant is to have your birth certificate indicate and specify that you are a female. But ang aking stand dyan is, pagandahan naman yung contest, wala naman mawawala. Kung maganda talaga, anong magagawa ninyo? O diba? Bahala na po ang mga board of judges.
Okay. Kung habang nandito ko na rin, no? I wanted to get your thoughts on what happened recently with budget session coming to a close, and of course that last minute 11th hour realignment of CIFs that the Senate has said hindi pa final yan, di ba? Kasi kailangan pa muna mag-bycam. But on your part, as a representative, what do you think? What do you make of it? Or happy ka naman dun sa decision ng small committee?
Well, I stand by the decision of the House to realign the controversial confidential funds, no? At
Nag-iba na yung pangalan.
Oo, di ba? Pero sa ganang amin naman, ay wala naman kaming pending na dapat pang i-audit ng Commission on Audit. Nagpresenta ang aming speaker ng dokumento from the Commission on Audit na zero ang kailangan naming i-audit pa sa mababang kapulungan. Now, dun sa realignment, natutuwa ako kasi ang kapupuntahan ng confidential funds ay social funds, no? So, makikinabang dyan ang Department of Health, makikinabang dyan ang DSWD, makikinabang dyan ang DOLE para dun sa different programs nila. So, ako mas gusto ko yung ganon. Of course, I realize that defense and security agencies do need their confidential funds.
Okay. Do you believe the Office of the President should have confidential funds as well? I believe na dun sa 10.7 billion, kasama ang mahigit 4 billion na confidential at intelligence funds, almost half of the budget of the Office of the President.
Well, I believe that the Office of the President should have its confidential fund. The security of the President is a national matter, which is very important. Now, as to the amount, if it constitutes one half, I think that should be justified before Congress, you know. Dapat i-explain siguro din nila kung saan ang pakapupuntahan itong confidential funds na ito.
Okay, ngayon na tapos na yung budget and as you said earlier, ang dami ng time. Ano po yung bibigyan nyo ng prioridad pagbalik ng session next month? Tama ba?
Ngayon-
November 5, di ba?
Yeah, November 8 ang
November
aming
8.
first day of work. So ngayon pa lang dapat bigyan natin ng tuon yung pagtaas ng presyo, lalo na ng bigas. Malaking problema ito para sa ating mga mamamayan. At kami sa Mababang Kapulungan, ako personally, meron ako mga batas na gusto kong isulong para pababa ang cost of production sa agriculture para hindi na po magmahal ang bigas at tulungan ng ating mga farmers. Meron akong batas that will give discounts and tax exemptions para sa mga fertilizers and also pesticides that will help lower the cost of production. I also have a law that will have agricultural cooperatives so that we can systematically channel yung lahat ng tulong mula sa gobyerno para hindi yung magulot manakanakang pagtulong sa iba't ibang lugar. I also have a bill that seeks to establish agricultural hubs in each region para meron kang one-stop shop na meron kang milling, meron kang processing, meron kang drying facilities para po sa mga crops within that region. Gusto ko sana tulungan ng ating mga magsasaka, lalong-lalo na sa pagtangkilik ng Philippine rice. Gusto ko sana ma-encourage ang mga Filipinos, meron akong panukalang batas, na bilhin ang locally produced rice, hindi yung panay imported.
The problem ko is imported rice is cheaper.
Ayun na nga.
supposedly.
Ayun na. So kung mapapababa natin ng konti at konti lang naman ang diferensya, why not support local?
Well, Kong, isa lang masasabi ko, sana hindi mag-languish yung ganun katagal. Yung mga bills mo,
decades.
kasing tagal nung Soji bill.
23 years.
School graduate.
Totoo
Here
lang.
is hoping you can push that
Hindi
forward.
na, hindi mangyayari yun.
We're gonna have to leave that there for tonight. Thank you for joining us, Bataan Representative Geraldin Roman.
Thank you.